Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now, do you have a cheese board at Christmas? If you do, I'm going to show you something slightly different you can have instead of a cheese board. This actually is quite nice. It's a 4-cheese terrine, which is a cold dish. So what we need for this recipe is about 150 ml of double cream, roughly 270 grams of cottage cheese. I've got 75 millilitres of a garlic mayonnaise. And then also I'm using for the cheeses, I've got 60 grams of double Gloucester with chives and spring onion in it, 60 grams of extra mature cheddar, and then 60 grams of Wednesday day with cranberries in it. Now this recipe you need gelatine, so when you pack it of gelatine, in here I've got 2 tablespoonfuls of water and 2 teaspoonfuls of lemon juice. I've also got some salt and freshly ground black pepper to use mixing later on. So again, it is pretty easy. We've used a 7-inch loaf tin on this one. So what we need to do first of all, in the mixture of water and lemon juice, we need to add the powdered gelatine. Give that a stir. So let's add that in first. I just need to let that soak in for about 5 minutes. Make sure there's no lumps in it. Put that to one side for a bit. So I just need to let that stand for a few minutes till it's all thickened up a little bit. Then what we do, once that's congealed, after about 5 minutes, put it in a pan of barely simmering water so it dissolves, and then just keep it going like that till we need it. So I'm going to put this over by the cooker, ready to put that in the saucepan, which is boiling at the moment. Right, so that's gone into a nice bit of simmering water. So what we do first of all, when that's doing it, we need to cut these little bits of cheese up to little tiny squares, about 1/4 of an inch. Let's have a look. 1/4 of an inch or less. The smaller they are, the more they mix. If they're too thick, I've found it doesn't really mix up together very well. So. I mean, this is the fiddly bit really, so we just straight down the middle. And then just cut them across as little tiny bits, just like that, look. And then we put that into a separate bowl for now. The same with the extra mature cheddar. Now, I'll be honest, I actually did have trouble finding one of our local supermarkets that actually has a cheese counter anymore where you can buy individual cheeses. Tesco's don't have one, our local Asda. Sainsbury's, they've got rid of their cheese counter. I'm not sure about a Morrison's, but there's not one near me to check. So I managed to actually find a pack of 4 different cheeses in our local Poundland shop. So that was quite handy. And the extra mature I already had in anyway. So let's put them in there. Again, I've been doing this one on and off since we got the cookery book. Now this comes from Delia Smith's Christmas cookery book back in the 90s when it first came out. And I've been using this recipe on and off since then. I've made a few different alterations to it. But again, I can highly recommend, if you can get hold of that cookbook, I recommend if you can get an early edition, even better, because there's a recipe in there for a spiced beef. I think the new edition doesn't actually have that, because I had to buy another edition because our one got all waterlogged, and it actually did not have the spiced beef recipe in. But if you can find the old recipe, that's a recipe I can highly recommend. Right, so they're all ready now, so they're all done, already done. We moved in. So the first thing we actually need to do is mix this cheese up so it's nice Did I say cheese? I meant mix this double cream up so it's nice and thick and peaky. There we go, that's about the right thickness we want. Blade out. So that's done, we put that to one side. Now the next job you need to do is mix the cottage cheese and then the garlic mayo together. So I'll put that in a bowl. And the garlic mayo, you can use normal mayonnaise, but I switched out to garlic because I think it just gives it that little bit of edge to it as well. So again, just mix all that in. Let's get a wooden spoon for that. It doesn't make so much noise. Really mix that and squish it down the sides so you get it all nicely mixed in together. That's pretty well mixed up to what we want. So that's all done, so we've done the cream. Now I'm just going to check the gelatine, make sure it's coming all right. Yep, that's dissolving nicely. So now we've done that, what I'm going to do is get the gelatine, and that needs to go into this cottage cheese mayo mix. So bear with me. Try and get that in there without actually burning yourself. Get it on the side. Now that needs mixing in pretty quick. Mix that into the mix. Now what we do in there, say like this is a pretty quick and easy recipe, but it's lovely on crackers this Terrine. Put your cheeses in, mix them, salt and pepper. Now you can also, if you want, put chopped chives in here, chopped and spring onion tops, give it an onion flavour, but I've decided not to do that. So mix that nicely. And then we need to fold in this cream mixture. Now like I say, another cream dish, but if you bring it out into one room, make sure you only bring it out what you need at a time, so because having cream in, push that in the warm room. Mix it together. You need to be trying to do this before the gelatine completely and utterly set, so mix it all around nicely. So that's done. So that's now going to go in this loaf tin. In there. Oops, a little bit over the top. As much as you can in the loaf tin. Squash that down, make it all level, push it into the corners. There we go. That's in there. So what I now do, I will now put that cling film over the top of that, and that's going to go in the fridge for about 2 hours till it's nicely set. So when that's set, I'll come out and I'll take it out of the mould for you, and we'll see what it's come out like. Well, that's been in the fridge for about 2–2.5 hours. So just take the cling film off the top. Just going to cut around the edge with a palette knife. Hope it should all come away nicely. And just put this plate on top and gently prise that out of the loaf mould. Look, there we go. So there we go, a cheese or two in there. Let's just cut a little bit off get a knife and slice a bit off the edge. Gently slice through that. There we go. That's what it actually looks like when it's sliced. Just going to get a bit of a cracker out. Put that onto a cracker. Give that a taste. Whoops. There we go. Yep, that's come out lovely. Just got that hint of garlic in the background as well as all the cheeses. So there you go. Instead of a cheese ball, do one of these for your Christmas parties. Anyway, that's it for this week. I'll be back soon with a few more recipes. There we go, that's today's recipe done. Hope you enjoyed that. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that one. I'll be back soon with a lot more recipes. Now, I do apologise if you actually heard a lot of barking during part of the video. Unfortunately, the postman decided to knock at that particular time. And I will show you the culprit. There we go. Special appearance by Lulu. She was the one that caused that commotion during the video. So there you go. That's who's making the noise. Well, I've got your attention. Another thing I actually got this week, I went online and got myself an apron with my Nigel's cooking and a picture of my cockle on. So hope you like the look of that. Anyway, so like I said before, do take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.